What's going on, guys? It's Gavin and we're back. We're just doing another video today. It's going to be a little bit different. Today is all about a motorcycle that we've been working on. My dad and I, we recently bought a project, and it's a 1976 Honda CB550. For this bike, we want to get most of it redone. It's just a rebuild project that we're doing. It's the first project, actually it's the first motorcycle we've ever got, and it's the first project we're going to work on. So this bike, it needs a lot of love, but I think it's something we can work on. This bike, it took us about 4 hours to take apart. About a week ago, we took it apart and got everything kind of stripped out of it, and this is the process, or this is where we're at right now with the bike. It is stripped. There is no engine. There's no engine there. There are no carbs there. There's no gas tank there. There's no seat, no exhaust. Everything is pretty much disassembled. Everything that we've done to this bike is just so far stripping the pieces and components of it, and that's kind of what today's video is about. So today's video is basically we're going to be working on the synchronized carburetor today, and basically getting that stripped off so we can have that sent out. I'm going to send it to another YouTuber. His name's Taylor. His channel's Classic Octane, and he's got a decent following. I'll put his link down in the description below. Make sure you guys go like and subscribe to his videos too. But what he's going to do is he's going to vapor blast the carburetors once we get them apart, and once we send them to him, he'll do that process, and basically that's just kind of like sandblasting, except for they spray it with glass beads and water. But they do all that, and it basically takes a few days to get that all done, and then basically once that's all done, we get clean new carburetors. So we just want it cleaned up, get all this gunk and grime off of it, making it look a lot better. So we'll get into that here in a few. But what we also are going to do in the next couple of videos probably is we need to do a teardown of this bad boy right here, this engine. We got a serious leakage up here. It runs all through up in here, down through there. It's just really big mess. You don't want to touch it without gloves. It's pretty dirty though. We need to change the gaskets. We need to change the piston rings in there. But that's that. And then we got the carbs. We got all of our pieces and parts kind of stripped everywhere. So got the exhaust. We got another seat on order that we'll be putting in. We'll get some lower handlebars that we'll probably put in. We took the tail light off, we took all the seat and stuff off, drained the oil out of the engine, but we also have the gas tank over here. And the gas tank, it's got a pretty decent sized dent right there, as you can see. Get a close-up of that. Yeah, it's got a pretty decent sized dent, but I'll send it out to a friend and he'll be able to knock that dent out and probably shoot it a different color, probably some satin or flat black maybe, just something a little bit different. But that's pretty much all this bike is right now. So strip down. Need to get some gauges fixed up here because they don't really work that well. The speedometer works, but the tachometer doesn't really work. So we'll get that fixed up. But for now, we'll come back over to our carburetors. We'll get these apart, and then we'll get back to you. So I'll be right back.
We don't feel like it. Thoughts get thrown around, but we keep going on believing, and on till we're all cried out, 'cause we don't feel like throwing it all away. We don't feel like it.
What's going on, guys? So we got all that apart. It took us probably not too long, maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes just to get it all apart. So this is what we ended up with. We ended up with everything apart. We got our carbs, the tops of our carbs. We got our linkage. We got our carb linkage up here. We're gonna get all this vapor blasted, all of this right here. We took out most of the pieces. That's all this up here. This goes to each different carb. So we got 4, 3, 2, and 1 in the order, and that goes 1, 2, 3, 4. All parts that are in each tray. This one, this one, this one, this one go to each carb. We got 8 screws over here. 2 of them go to each one, and then we got some extra springs and stuff that go to each one as well. We did have a little bit of difficulty trying to get this apart, but this piece right here was just a pain. It was basically, it's kind of a screw, but it was corroded. So when we were trying to take this out, it takes a flathead to get it out, and this was just so corroded in there that it was such a pain. It took like 5 minutes just to get it out of there. We kind of skipped past that, but it turned out to be okay. So I'm gonna send all of these parts out to Taylor. He'll get those all cleaned up. It'll probably take about a week. We'll get all that done. So that'll be pretty much it for this video. We'll be doing another one, probably getting it side-by-side view of what everything looked like from the previous, so you guys know what it looks like now. We got each carbon. You can tell like these things are filthy. We want them shiny, spanking new. We don't want this. Like, look at all this dirt, grime, grease, crap all over this. This one's pretty nasty right here. Like, that's pretty gross. But we want to get all these cleaned up, making them looking pretty good. So we'll send those out. It'll probably be about a week, but we'll get those going. So everything turned out pretty good today. If you did like this video, don't forget to smash that like button, give it a good old thumbs up, make sure you write something down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. So I'll see you guys in the next videos. It'll be on the bike. Peace.